right, welcome back. Look at verse 10 here where it says, He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. This is still, I think, in reference to Obama, because Obama is the one that leads us into the New World Order captivity. And that's why it's saying, here's the patience and the faith of the saints, because this is the war that he has taken out against us on our rights. And I refer that to the freedom of religion, which has been abolished. Now, just interesting, I think that it backs up that where it says, and that he, until he be taken out of the way, then the wicked can be revealed. And then look, here's the wicked being revealed after this one that goes into captivity. Now, this is what I want to talk to you about at the end here. So keep that in mind. All right, here we are. Now, a lot of people think that verse 12 is the Antichrist because it comes right after verse 11 and the Antichrist emerges. Wrong. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. All right. This is him. Verses 12, 13, and 14 are still in description of him creating the conditions for the New World Order. When he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, this is not the Antichrist. This is the seven heads. This is the seven heads. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads. Now we know the 10 horns have not yet emerged. So the power that is before him are these 7 heads. Now I told you who the 7 heads were, and the Bible refers to them as 7 mountains, which means they are powers unto themselves. The EU, the United Nations, the CFR, the Trilateral Commission, the IMF. And then the list goes on, I've already told you. And so that's what we have here. He's exercising the power of these global organizations, okay? And then that's the first beast before him, which would be the 7 mountains, okay? And he causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. That's going to be the New World Order, all right? He's going to cause them to worship the New World Order or submit to its rule. That's what worship would also mean. So we're going to have to submit to the New World Order, okay? Which is the deadly wound which was healed, which is a former global world empire. And then this is how he causeth it to happen. And it says, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. Here's the description of the cause. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth. Now I've already told you. Now look, that's a double, chapter 13, verse 13. Now that's going to be the second cup, which will be the final destruction of commercial Babylon, New York, New York. Number 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. It's still a description of how he's doing it to create the New World Order, which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, which are the 7 mountains, which is the beast rising out of the sea with the 7 heads. And it says, which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. That's the emergence of the New World Order. And just being told in greater detail of how it happens after this fire comes down, which he has the power to do in the sight of the 7 heads, which is just telling you it's the emerging New World Order. It's not complete. We don't have the 10 horns yet. And then, of course, we don't have the little horn that arises after them. That little horn is that beast out of the earth. Now let's get down here to verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now this is the Antichrist. Now,